Programming is dead. That's the general sentiment that I've been hearing recently. Software development is dead. No need for programming with AI. AI will take your job. AI won't take your job. Probably. I feel like all the time at my day job, I hear different versions of, oh, have you seen that new AI tool? It's so scary. Or, I feel bad for the future of people going into the tech because they won't have jobs with AI. Companies are letting people go in the name of AI all over the place. I mean, Oracle's a huge example recently. Just this week, Business Insider put out an article stating that software engineers are facing an identity crisis bordering on depression. That's pretty dark, but honestly, I get the sentiment. The article further goes on to say that the craft that they love is dead. I honestly relate pretty closely to that. I mean, the way I grew up learning to program, making JavaScript games in a notepad following a questionable YouTube tutorial, is not the way that programming is going anymore. Programming is most definitely undergoing a dramatic shift, but saying that it's dead is a great overstatement. Obligatory disclaimer, let me be clear, I think that AI has no place whatsoever in any sort of creative work. Art, games, movies, music. Creativity is a fundamental part of human nature, and AI just strips all of that away. And I think that creative programming is a real thing. And I think there is a place for creative programming, learning the fundamentals, and still getting your hands dirty. However, I'm not talking about that kind of programming. I'm talking about the kind of programming that you do for a living. You go in, you have a task assigned, you're working on a particular piece of software, you're fixing defects. That's the kind of programming that I'm referring to. The thing that people are worried about when they're talking in the office or posting frantically on LinkedIn is, will I still have a job in 10 years at the rate that AI is going? And let me tell you, the answer can be yes. So let me make my main point here. AI is not going to take your software development job, but a developer who embraces and learns to use AI as the tool that it is, will. AI really can code, and it's getting better and better by the day, but coding has never been the full job description of a software developer. Software engineers have to understand business problems, design systems, debug production issues, review architecture, communicate with stakeholders, make trade-offs, handle security, maintain old systems, decide what should be built. AI can write code for you all day, although it be questionable most of the time, and when you try to fix one thing, it may erase all the progress it's done up until that point. But that aside, it can't take ownership of the full responsibility of a software engineer. Think of it like this. The calculator did not get rid of the mathematician, but the mathematician using the calculator got rid of those doing all their arithmetic by hand. Or power tools did not get rid of the carpenter, but it made those who chose to accept them more efficient at their craft. And there is, by all means, still a great place in the world for people that have the creativity and make these things by hand, or write out all their math problems so that others can understand the process. But for the everyday person going to work doing complex calculations on rockets and computer engineering, if they didn't use a calculator, they probably wouldn't last very long. And I use these examples to show that shifts in the technological landscape just help us in our day-to-day to become more efficient at the things we're already doing. And AI will do the same to the programming space. AI is a tool. It's a bubble. It will burst. And I don't mean that in the sense that AI is going away. You have a couple months to work forward and then it'll be gone. No, it's gonna stick. But it's becoming increasingly more expensive. And it's getting harder to make these companies want to pay for these tools when they're not getting the replacement engineer they thought they were signing up for. You still need people to use the AI. You need good software developers. Just as when the internet came onto the scene, it was a bubble of its own, but when that bubble burst, the internet didn't go away. It's still an integral part of how we live our lives, and I think AI will be the same way. It's not going away when the bubble burst, but it's gonna go back to what it was always meant to be, a tool to help us get through all the mundane work that nobody wants to do so that we humans can work on the innovation, the creativity, the side that AI just can't simply bring. Junior devs today need to fix bugs, write documentation, and write some pretty repetitive code. And those are the tasks that AI excels at. Way better than us, no question about it. But that doesn't mean that these devs are going away or have no place in the workplace anymore. We just have to shift the task that we need to focus on now. Instead, these devs should be focusing on learning system design or communication, leadership skills, debugging complex systems, or working with legacy code, getting deeper business understanding and leadership skills or security skills. The future isn't AI versus engineers. It's engineers who choose to utilize AI versus those who don't. I don't say this to negate the fear. It's okay to not know what's coming, but it's not okay to give up simply because you don't have that understanding. If you're a student, please don't stop learning to code. Learn to code. Learn to use AI to help you to figure out those small problems or to write the repetitive bits. If you're an experienced developer, don't see AI as your competition, but another tool that you can add to your tool belt. You don't have to use it for everything. You shouldn't, but it makes your weak spots a little bit stronger. Every major shift in technology has changed the way that engineers worked, but it's never changed that engineers are needed. The people who adapt are the ones who thrive. I appreciate you sticking around to the end, and I just want you to know that there is hope in all of this. I've seen many articles recently about how companies are actually bringing on a lot of the engineers that they let go due to AI, as they're not seeing the return that they thought they were. So stick around, learn to program, and if you want to see more videos about programming and just all things technology, then go ahead and subscribe and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. I appreciate you sticking around, and I'll see you next time.